Hello everyone, semi-retired Bob here. I talk about the carnivore diet, all things related to the carnivore diet, and miscellaneous odds and ends. Today I've got a little mixed bag of stuff, but the main thing I'm going to talk about is how to stay motivated. But first, for all of you that are new, welcome to my channel. I'm glad you're here. You may be wondering what's going on here. Normally I'm outside walking, but it has been cold and rainy for the last 3 days. It was actually very sunny out today, so I got a lot of walking in, but it was so windy because there's another storm rolling in that's supposed to be here tonight or tomorrow. I just couldn't record outside today, so here I am recording inside. Normally, you're here watching me walk, and I try to find some interesting things to talk about while I walk, but today I'm just going to do a little sit-down video with you. So that's what's going on here. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome. I'm glad you're here. Thank you, everybody. I'm over the 4,000 subscriber mark now. I'm still very hopeful that I might get to 5 or maybe even 6,000 by my birthday in early May. So if you're here and you're not subscribed, why don't you go ahead and hit the subscribe button? It's absolutely free, doesn't cost you a thing, and it certainly helps the channel out. Go ahead and, hit the like button, leave me a comment, even if it's, gosh, you're ugly today, Bob, or just hi, Bob. Any interaction with the channel helps the channel out. And I really want to get our message out there. That's really what this channel is about, is to try and spread the healing message of carnivore to as many people as we can, because I think everybody needs to know about this. I don't think everybody needs to do this, but everybody needs to know that it is an option, and it's a safe option to better your health. I do want to make I don't even know if you'd call it a public service announcement, just one thing about leaving comments. I have a very strong word filter, and if you use any kind of profanity in my comments, it's not going to show up. And even if you just use the slang term for defecate, that's going to get picked up by my word filter. It's not going to get through, and I have to draw the line somewhere. So basically, I just say no profanity at all, because if I allow this word in, but then don't allow that word, then it could create a whole mess and hard feelings and hurt feelings. So just a quick note, if you're leaving a comment, no matter how good it is, and I feel really sorry because I've had a couple of really good comments recently that I just couldn't let go through to the channel because they used a little bit of profanity. So just be aware, if you're going to leave a comment, this is a family-friendly channel. It's not made for kids, but it is still a family-friendly channel. So please don't use any kind of profanity in your comments. That being said, it was a really big day today. Now, of course, you guys are seeing this on Monday. No, today's Saturday. You'll be seeing this on Sunday. But it'll still be a day late. So yesterday, which was actually today from my point of view, that still gets confusing sometimes, but we have to say huzzah to Emily over at Ready Set Keto. Saturday was her birthday. She turned 40, by the way. Wow, is that old? Not really. It's 20 years younger than me. But she turned 40, so happy birthday, Emily. She found out she was going to be a grandma of a little baby boy. I don't know when that's due or when it's coming, but she's going to be a grandma at 40. And the biggest huzzah of all, she got up to do her Saturday weigh-in and discovered that she was under her goal weight. She's made it to her goal. So everybody give a round of applause to Emily. And Emily, this one's for you. It's a little high five and a fist bump. Good job. I'm sure you're very, very happy. So don't forget, if you haven't seen Saturday's Ready Set Keto video, be sure and go watch that. After you finish watching mine, of course. But let's get into a little bit of motivation here. What does it take? Because regardless of whether we're doing, whether we need motivation to eat properly or to go do our exercises or just go to the grocery store, whatever it is we're trying to do, we can only have, if you stop and think about it, even, this carries over to sports and everything, you can really only count on about a third of your days being you jump out of bed, you're ready to go, rah, rah, let's get this thing done, go, 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 go. So what do you do on those other days? Because you're going to have about a third of the days where you're kind of indifferent, but it's not that hard to get out and do stuff. And then you're going to have about a third of your days that it can be a real struggle to get out the door and do whatever it is that you were going to do, or cook the right food, or eat the right food, or read your extra book, or whatever. And those are the days, I've talked about this a lot, but it's worth talking about again. Those are the days that you really need to keep your why right in front of you. Why am I doing this? Why are you doing this? It's not the same thing. My why is not your why. My why would probably make you cringe or go yuck, because my why now at this point is that I want to go hike the Appalachian Trail in 2025. That's about a 2,200 mile hike, and I want to do that. So that keeps me going even on days that I am not super motivated. But, perhaps for you, let's say you want to be able to take your grandkids to the zoo, and to be able to do that effectively, you need to, get your, say, 5,000 steps in a day or 10,000 or whatever it is you're trying to do, walk up and down the stairs 4 or 5 times a day, or even just do chair squats. Whatever it is you're doing, you have to keep your why right in front of you. And when you're thinking about, oh, maybe I'll just skip it today and pick it back up again tomorrow, remember where you're trying to get to. Think of your grandkids that you want to take to the zoo, and that'll help you get up and get moving again. And when I say chair squats, this is a Dr. Barry thing. You're sitting in a chair, just stand up and sit back down. And then stand up and sit back down. And try not to use your hands to push off. Just keep them at your side. Stand up, sit back down. Stand up and sit back down. And just keep doing that until you're tired. And then when you feel like you can't do anymore, sit there, rest for a couple minutes, and then do it again until you feel you can't do anymore. And it won't take nearly as many the second time through. There, that's the Bob exercise for today. But whatever your why is, you've got to keep it right in front of you, because we're not going to get up every day and go, wow, am I excited to cook up some eggs? Because we've made food less of a priority in our life. Now we think of food as fuel, not the main event of our day. So sometimes it can be, kind of a daunting task. Oh, I was planning on frying up some bacon and some eggs. Me personally, I always am excited to fry up bacon and eggs. But whatever it is, or hamburgers or whatever, and you're like, I just don't feel like cooking today. I'm going to skip today and order a pizza. Those are the danger zone days. And you got to keep your why right in front of you to keep you from making that mistake. Like those 2 fingerfuls of brownie I had the other night. And that was bad. It wasn't terrible. I mean, my stomach only hurt for a little while, but it was enough that I ended up not eating, and then I ended up eating a whole, it was almost a 3-pound roast that I cooked yesterday, and I tore it up because I'd had 2 days ago and then 4 days ago, so 2 of the previous 3 days, I'd had just 6 boiled eggs and a little bite of something. And I just had the 6 boiled eggs on Thursday. Oh yeah, that was 2 days in a row I did that, Thursday and Friday. No, Tuesday and Thursday. It was Tuesday and then Thursday I had 6 boiled eggs. And had planned on cooking again, but my stomach hurt a little bit after the Senior Saints thing, and I was tired, so I went to bed after that revival service. So 2 of the last 3 days prior, I had just had 6 eggs, so I was pretty hungry. It didn't take me, after the roast was done, I bet it didn't take me but, I don't know, 10 minutes or less to pound down that almost 3 pounds of roast. So you want to try and not let yourself get that hungry unless, of course, you're doing a fast. But anyway, that's what I've got for you about the motivation. Just make sure you keep that why right in front of you. I wanted to cover a couple of other little topics here. I want to touch briefly on organ meat, because I get a lot of questions about organ meat. It's like, Bob, do you eat any organ meat? How much should I have? Sorry, I got to get a drink of my water. I don't. I tried having some cod liver back, a couple of months into it, and just, not only did it taste terrible, opening the can stunk my kitchen up in Omaha and I could still smell it 3 or 4 days later. It was terrible. So I'm never going to do that again. If I get to craving organs, I probably will try it again at some point, but right now I don't. And I'm certainly not going to disagree with any of the doctors that say you should eat organs, because they're doctors. You know, they know. But I don't even remember who was talking about it. It may have been a Professor K video, but one of the videos that I've watched in the last 3 weeks or so, they were saying, take the entire tribe out of it, take the dogs out of it. Let's say you personally go out and kill yourself a mastodon for yourself. Now, a mastodon would probably feed one person for, if you had a way to preserve it properly, what would you get? 2 years worth of food out of one mastodon for one person? That seems like a fairly reasonable guesstimate that you would get about 2 years worth of food out of it. So if you stop and think about that, with all that muscle meat and all the fat and all the connective tissue and all that, there's 1 liver, 1 heart, 1 brain. So that's about, as far as I'm concerned, that's the correct ratio. If you're going to have organ meats, think about it like that. And I mean, if you're doing great on organ meat and you love organ meat and because it is very inexpensive, if you love organ meat and want to eat it 2 times a week, go for it. I don't see anything wrong with it. Because unlike the guy in the Arctic that died because he got vitamin A toxicity from eating a polar bear liver, I don't believe there's still, to this day, never been a case of vitamin A toxicity from eating the regular kinds of liver that we have access to, beef liver, lamb liver, sheep liver, chicken liver, fish roe, all that stuff. I don't think there's actually a problem with it. I just don't like it, so I'm not going to eat it. So I don't think it's absolutely essential to have liver in your diet. But, like I said, if you're doing okay with it, then by all means, go right ahead. And I got another question on one of my videos talking about microbiome diversity. It's like, well, Bob, shouldn't we be having a little carb every now and then just so that our gut microbiome is more diverse? And the short answer to that is no. I've watched a couple of different Paul Mason videos on this, Dr. Paul Mason. And he is of the opinion, first of all, why are you worried about feeding a gut microbiome that you don't plan on ever using? You know, why would you want a bacteria in your gut that's really good at breaking down, I don't know, let's say wheat, and you don't ever plan on eating wheat again, do you? I certainly don't. The thing that he said after that that made an awful lot of sense was that your gut microbiome will adjust itself to whatever you're eating. And, you know, some people are talking about taking probiotics to keep their gut microbiome healthy. But if you eat a probiotic that has, let's just use the wheat again, that this probiotic is going to give you good gut bacteria for breaking down wheat. Well, if you're not eating wheat, it's just going to die off again. So maybe if you plan on changing, say, from carnivore to keto, and you're going to start eating a few veggies, you may want to take a probiotic for a day or two before you start eating the veggies. But you don't need microbiome diversity if you're not going to eat that stuff. And I believe it. I don't think it actually, my opinion on it is it doesn't completely die off, because, well, I had those, I know it's just a couple fingerfuls of brownie, but after, you know, a few minutes of stomach ache, it's not like it, you know, just ran right through me and I pooed out 2 little chunks of brownie. It got digested, and I haven't had anything like that in months. So I'm of the opinion that maybe it doesn't actually die all the way off, it just kind of goes dormant. So it is still there, and if it starts getting the food it likes, it'll wake up, so to speak. Now, again, that's just my opinion. I don't have any hard science on this. That's just in my observations of what's happened to me. That's what I've come up with. One other quick note. Oh, besides I've got a Zoom call on Thursday, 6 p.m. If you want to get in on that, it's for the members only Zoom call. So drop down below of this video, click the join button, or there's a link in the description to join the channel. Join the channel. It's basically just, you toss me a couple of bucks a month because you like my videos and you want to help support the channel, which is really, really awesome. But, you know, it'll let you get in on the members only stuff. Right now I'm just doing a Zoom call. If and when I get more members, I'll start doing some members only live streams and more members only Zoom calls. I'll do more stuff for the members. But right now I've got 6 members, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to schedule a bunch of stuff for members only when there's only 6 of them. So you can help that to grow a little bit by joining if you want. No pressure though. If you don't want to do that, don't. You don't have to do that. I'm going to continue making free content every day here on YouTube. Don't forget to check out Dr. Palmer's book, Brain Energy. It's got a lot of good stuff in there. You know, talking about all things mental health. You know, there's a lot of good information there that ketovore, carnivore can improve your mental health, can reduce your chances of dementia and Alzheimer's and all sorts of stuff. So don't forget to pick up Dr. Palmer's book, Brain Energy. I got a link to that down in the description as well. If you want to order it from Amazon, you don't have to. Just go pick it up at your local bookstore. But anyway, that's what I've got for you today. Don't forget, get out there, be 1% better today, folks. Have a great day. I will see you tomorrow. Oh, thanks for sticking around. One more quick update. I did get my steps in today, plus a few extra that I needed to get in from yesterday. But it was really chilly out there. It only got up to about 52, 53 today. It was nice and sunny, but still really chilly and so windy. It was hard to walk coming that way behind the church. So I feel like I got a lot of extra steps in because I was walking straight into a really strong wind. But I don't remember if I said anything about this or not, so I wanted to record this quick little ending while I'm still sitting here with good lighting before I get out to the trailer and have to record it out there. So if you see this, that means I forgot to talk about it earlier in the video. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you tomorrow.